So now my altitude, or my altimeter has been set. So I'm still kind of high, so at this point I'm actually going to intervene here and manually set a vertical speed. At this point, my outside temperature is at 11 degrees Celsius, so I don't need anti-ice anymore. That can be turned off. I'm going to use spoilers just to kind of manage my descent speed here. Without VNav currently active, there's nothing to automatically manage throttle during descent. Once I trigger VNav again, that'll reactivate. Alright, next point's gonna be Mercy. I need to be at 4,000, or at least above 4,000 feet by the time I get to that point. So what I went ahead and did is I reactivated VNav, so that way it can work on getting my speed down. And now I'm going to intervene again. I'm going to have to juggle things around some, because I am coming in with this headwind. It's killing me. I'm coming in a bit hot. Lower my speed setting, so I know I'm gonna need to really work on slowing down once I get down to altitude. Once I pass 10,000 feet, excuse me, I'm going to go ahead and then start turning on some external lights. Let's go ahead and turn on our landing lights, runway turn-off lights, and our taxi lights, as well as our wing lights. All of those should be on. And what I'm doing is a very rapid descent, as you can see. once I cross this next point, Mercy, I'm going to begin preparing myself to use ILS. And to do that, I'm going to trigger the approach mode. I'm still pretty fast, so I will be having to monitor my speed all the way down. There we go. Start lowering flaps. Los Angeles Tower, Delta 1455 is with you, beginning approach for a runway 24 right.
Tower, say again the call sign. I don't have you on my, I take that back, I do. That's Delta 1455.
That is correct. Delta 1455 is beginning approach for runway 24 right.
The 1455, wind 250 at 8, runway 24 right, clear to land.
Cleared to land 24 right, Delta 1455.
Los Angeles Tower, American 458, ready for taxi.
American 2458, runway 25 right, taxi via Charlie 9, verify squawking mode, Charlie.
Can you repeat please, American 2458?
American 2458, verify squawking mode, Charlie, and runway 25 right, taxi via Charlie 9, Bravo.
Alright, speed is back down to where it needs to be. At this point, I'm actually going to turn off all the autopilot, and I'm going to take over manually.
Charlie mode, 25 right, taxi Charlie 9, Bravo, American 458.
So everything that I'm controlling is using the Xbox One controller. It works pretty well.
Good afternoon, LAX Tower, American 003 with information packet requesting clearance to San Francisco.
At this point, all of my landing information has been set. My auto brake is set.
American 1203, LA Tower,
As well as
International Airport. Ventura 8 departure, San Marcos transition, then as filed. Climb via SID, except maintain 5,000. Expect flight level 360, 5 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 125.8, squawk 7002.
Stewart to the San Francisco Airport, Ventura 8 departure, San Marcos transition, maintain 5,000 and climb via SID, departure frequency 125.8, squawk 7002, American 1203.
American 1203.
Alright, hopefully you can hear me over this guy, but once I am at about maybe 20 to 50 feet above the runway, I'm going to pull all the throttle back to idle and I'm going to flare on landing. So the key is not to remove throttle too soon. You're going to be physically above the runway, right above the runway once you pull throttle back. Here we go. My speed brake is also armed, so it'll automatically deploy once I make contact with the ground. So throttle back to idle, and then flare, pull back slightly. Alright, and now I'm going to deploy reverse thrust. Once I get to 70 knots, I'll go ahead and I'll take off reverse thrust. We're at 70 knots, so I can move thrust back to idle. And that is it. We landed in LA. And so next key is just, or next part is just to get off the runway. Let the guy at tower know that we pulled off the landing.
1455 Los Angeles, exit left on Alpha Alpha, runway 24 left. Exit the gate via Alpha Alpha, Echo, Delta 10.
Turn onto Alpha Alpha, cross runway 24 left, taxi the gate via Alpha Alpha, Echo, Delta 10 for Delta 1455. So we're on taxiway Alpha Alpha right now. So you can kind of read it on that sign right there. I'm gonna cross runway 24 left. And then once we get to taxiway Echo, which is the one we're coming up on right now, we're gonna turn left. That'll take us back to the terminal. I already have my flaps retracting back. So at this point we're just gonna cruise back to the gate. He said Delta 10, so we're gonna be looking out for taxiway Delta 10. But at this point, now that we're on the ground, all landing lights can be turned off, runway turn-off lights can be turned off. We'll leave the taxi lights on. We're going to turn on our APU. We're going to turn our strobe lights back to steady. And then we'll just ride on back. See, I'm going to reference this chart here to see where Delta 10 is. So I'm here on Echo. Wants us to go to Delta 10, which is right up here. So we still got a little bit of ways to go.